thought you were a goner for the water. You pretty much landed on top. Nice work.
This thing is fun and it rips, but it could be better. We just picked up a 16 and a 13 horsepower from Marketplace. We'll clean them up, try and get them running, one of them running at least, bolt it on the go-kart, then we should have some really good power. Start with the 13 horsepower motor. Seems the easiest. It's got the exhaust bolted on already. Pull the carby off, give that a clean up, pull the tank off, make sure that's clean. Take the fuel tank off first. That's not a good start. Yes, does not look like it's in the best shape. Yeah. All right, carby. Unusual spacing setup. A little bit of an old steel spring with tape wrapped around it. Valve spring actually. A couple of nuts. Rusty wing nut. Not the best looking air filter. Probably still do the job though. Hopefully I don't destroy these gaskets so I don't have to make any more up. Alright. Blow this off with the air compressor. Give it all a clean up. Let's bowl off. Oh yeah, very dirty in there. Float. Oop. You stay. Alright. Pour some petrol into this. Maybe not into this container, into a smaller one. And start giving the parts a bit of a soak and a blowout. Make sure air's coming through the fuel lines. All the jets are clear. Awesome. Cool. Carby's back together. Might pull the fuel tank off the other motor and give that a clean up and get you back when I've done that. Just pulled the other tank off and it looks really good in there. I might just give it a quick flush with some petrol. Then we can bolt this carby on, put the tank on, check for spark and hopefully give it a fire up. Rightio. Everything looks clean in there, so I don't want to pull this plate off. So, because I might damage the gasket behind it. That down to 1 so we don't strip it. That just went to fire. Yeah, got to be happy with that. Alright, next step will be trying to mount that on the buggy. So I have to pull off the other motor. I also have to order a clutch too, because that's a bigger shaft than the other motor. So I might do that now, order a clutch, and I'll get stuck into swapping the motor over.
So it turns out Bruzzler's phone got broken, so we lost a lot of footage of the build on this, so we're going to give you a bit of a rundown on what we were doing.
Yeah, that was my bad.
That was Andy's bad.
Midnight adventures at the neighbours.
Copy that.
Alright, so what happened, we ended up going with the 16 horsepower over the 13 horsepower just because Andy broke the pull starter and it was hurting my arm to pull start it, so we decided to go with the electric start. We had to remake up the engine mount. Nothing very special there to see.
Yeah, just a new plate and to account for the width of the motor and things like that. And we had to gas axe off this with our gas grinder. So off that went.
Yeah, apart from that, we had to put on, they order a new ignition switch obviously for the electric start.
Which is absolutely awesome and fits in there beautifully.
And apart from that, she's ready to rip.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got the battery all hooked up. Tyres are ready balled.
And you have fuel.
There is a little bit of fuel in there.
Yeah, there should be enough fuel for a rip.
How good is that? Key start for a little buggy. You beauty.
Might need to warm up for a little bit.
And we also had to replace the clutch on it because the other one was too small. Bigger drive on this, so bigger clutch was ordered and installed. Righto, we're gonna have a rip around and see what happens. Woohoo! Not the pay dirt! I think Andy went a bit hot. So we never actually recorded a top speed of the last engine, but we do know what it was. It was around 54 to 55 kilometers an hour with when we're following it on the four-wheeler. And so I'd like to do a test where I actually record how fast it goes now with this bigger engine on it, because it's incredibly hard to keep up with a 250cc engine four-wheeler. So it's pretty impressive, very impressive. In fact, it's actually kind of scary. for that little thing. So yeah, this should be interesting. I maxed out at about 76, and this isn't meant to go that quick. I was revving the living guts out of it, and he was pulling away, which we'll show you on the video, on the other video. That was crazy. Well done, brother. What an improvement.
Nice work.
Yeah.
Alright.
Let's get back on
And get started on the next project.
Copy that.